Hey everyone, Matty here from DCLblogger.com. Let's do some more content videos. In this one, I'll be going through two districts. One being this beautiful museum that we see over here, which is about 100 and let's see how many. About 170 parcels big, which is about half the size of Genesis Plaza, yeah, at 400. So a little bit less than half the size. Still pretty decent and pretty big. Conference Center, however, is about 799 square pieces. It just sits just above museum, a couple of districts in between. But anyway, let's go through museum district. So we have museum district. I think us in the beta were pretty impressed as opposed to the custom work done here. So it's kind of tried to collaborate with a bunch of different artists and try to get different artists on board to display their work. And I think museum district is going to start with a good way for artists to, especially crypto or digital artists, to come and display their work in different places. You can see there are some names up there. This one looks pretty cool, to be honest. Some nice work. I really like this physical model over here. It gives you an idea of what you can actually do with the SDK builder itself. I like the lighting effects on those trees, that's for sure. Keep going. Let's see what else is over here. I guess some buildings, open spaces for other artists to come on board and display their work. There's another really cool piece in there. It looks 3D. Let's go check that out eventually. I really like the size of Museum District. I think it's not really big where you get lost, but big enough to have and house content where you can go check out and hold. Maybe you can hold meetings with people. Maybe you can hold events as an artist for people to come check out your digital art. That would be pretty cool. And you can be there and you can explain to people how your art works and all that kind of stuff. It is a really cool way to do that. Here's some more static art, some more physical pieces. That definitely looks like the Pac-Man, little ghost from Pac-Man. I think it is. Touch to activate. Let's give it a touch. Let's see. Whoa, all right. It pulls out some guns on me. Let's keep moving. Well, there's a robot. There is a robot, guys. We have a friend. I have a friend. I feel like I have someone else here in Decentraland. That kind of looks like the rock from The Lion King. Anyway, cool. What's up, man? What are you doing here? Does it do anything? Let me click it. Nope. I don't think it does anything. I think it just stays there. But it's really nice to see how fluid it moves. I feel like AI. I know Barry's group, Metaverse Ventures, I think, invested in some really good in a really good AI company. So I feel like them being a really big stakeholder in Decentraland are going to at some time bring that AI to Decentraland at some point once we start to open up. But anyway, let's keep moving. Looks like we have some art in there, different artist things people have built to give you an idea. I think what we're looking at is just these projects, these districts are opening up just to show you an idea of what could be here. Now what starts is a journey of collaboration and people coming together as 3D modelers, as people that want to get involved and develop, enthusiasts to come and build things. Welcome to Museum District, the first global art gallery and museum space to interact with a new kind of art. We aim to be the most visited museum in the world. As an artist, this is your opportunity to be displayed the way you want. With our support, you may find new way to bring life to your ideas on an interactive digital environment. Okay. I like that. I like big ambitions there. I don't think it's difficult to actually entice artists to come and display their work here in this VR, or soon to be hopefully a VR world. Once VR does go live, it'd be really damn cool if you can go in here and check this stuff out and have more interactive kind of digital art where, especially this creation here in the middle, that looks pretty cool. Now it comes to like, how can you own this? Can you, maybe the person who created this can sell this and you can have it on your front yard in one of your Decentraland parcels, right? Now monetization is going to evolve, especially as more people kind of spend their time in this digital world, and if it becomes anything like a place to emulate the real world where people would love to have artistic pieces to kind of show their status within Decentraland, then it might be a really good way to monetize your art. But that calls for a different type of artist. But anyway, guys, that's Museum District. I didn't want to go through it. I don't want to really go through every nitty-gritty bit because at the end of the day, I want to leave it for you guys to come in and explore. But I want to go check out that green flamey thing coming out of somewhere along this area. So let's kind of keep going. Here's our robot friend again. Let's keep moving. There's some custom private parcels. Okay, well, I guess the flamey thing is on top of that. All right. I like the artistry there. I like, for me right now, I'm just seeing glimpses of what people can use to make this world amazing. Once we have hundreds of developers and designers working to build things, and every time you enter Decentraland, you can check out this really cool stuff that's being built. I feel like the collective collaboration is going to start to have a momentum effect. And now it's just a matter of opening up the SDK, and the hackathon is a great example of how they're really going to push for people to come and build stuff. And as people get more involved and look at what others have built and expand on that, that's when you're going to really start to see some amazing pieces of work. But so far, pretty impressed at Museum District and what it could be. Displaying your work. I know a lot of artists came on board during the builder contest, the drag and drop builder contest, and made some really amazing pieces. All right, guys, I think we're going to move on. Let's go to the Conference Center District, which is a pretty large district. Here we go. I'm going to start off here in, I believe this is the commercial kind of area where it looks like, first of all, let me just say these buildings are pretty damn big. I'm walking and they're loading and I really feel like I'm in some kind of a city area. This would be so epic in VR. I just can't wait till VR gets released, guys. I'm like itching for VR. I think we all are. But this stuff in VR and being able to interact and talk and all that kind of stuff, it's just going to be on another, completely another level. But anyway, let's kind of go through this. Looks kind of cool. There's a ton of little spots. I think these are small office spaces, or all right, well, I guess they're not small office spaces. They're just a massive floor each. And different levels. This seems to be 2 buildings. You can just walk out one and go to the other. Let's kind of go upstairs. Hope I don't get lost. One thing that I've noticed is on my Windows PC, the cursor gets kind of stuck when I'm moving around. That's why moving around like this is a bit slow and tedious. But it is kind of annoying. On the Mac, it's really fluid, but for some reason, but on the Microsoft, the cursor that I'm using the trackpad. Maybe that's why. Maybe I have to use a mouse. But the trackpad kind of freezes as I'm moving around. But the mouse, yeah, maybe I'll bust out a mouse next time. Anyway, let's keep going up. Can I go even more higher? It'd be really good to go to the top and have a view from up here. Let's take a look. What can we see? I want to go even more higher. All right, cool. There's it's a nice place to hold some kind of a conference. I do like the lighting effect there, the sun reflection. I feel like the more little, remember they're building the SDK from scratch. So all this sun reflection, they have to look at reality and how graphics are in the real world and bring each one individually to the SDK where people can actually use that to build. So it's going to take some time to be at this stage where they've opened up the platform and push. Whoa, all right, I've just come to the top over here on the balcony. Let's get a better view. This would be really cool. Like imagine all that area filled with private custom content. Maybe even this balcony is a good place to have some kind of an event. Let's look down here. What's down here? I don't want to fall off. A lot of buildings, that's for sure. I kind of like the architecture around these buildings. It's definitely cool to see whoever built this stuff out is doing really good in terms of the way it's built. I really like it. This looks like a place where they can have some kind of a sports thing going on, like a soccer stadium. That's really cool. It feels like this could be a place where they could hold an event. You could watch it from the stands inside, or you can watch it from outside, and they can have some kind of like maybe a baseball game or some kind of a football game or something like that. Anyway, we've got the sun up there. You can see the sun reflecting on the buildings on the side over there. And as we keep moving, I like the sun reflection. I think shadows is something that if they implement that, it's going to look even more realistic. Shadows, sun reflections, real like mirrored effects, all this stuff that I have to individually add these textures effects. I think me not being much of a developer, I don't know what's involved, but I can imagine it's a lot of work to, if you want to build all this yourself, it's a lot easier. But if you want to build an SDK platform where people can come and build, and you want to keep that smooth and not have any bugs in it, and make sure it has everything that people can come and build all kinds of stuff on it, it takes a lot of time. That's why with Decentraland, I feel that they're ahead in creating that base platform. Other VR or metaverse worlds that they're trying to build, most of them that are kind of in, ICO slash pre-launch stage, a lot of them have really good content, but a lot of them are still working on building it on the blockchain. They're working on building the SDK and releasing that. Decentraland have done all that. So now all they need to do is just push it out there for people to come in and build stuff. Anyway, taking shape. I like the realism in this district so far. I guess we have the roads here, the double road here that connects to the conference center. Sorry guys, mind the noise. My dishwasher's going off. Double roads all across Decentraland seem to have the same kind of build. But, alright, this district is pretty damn massive. You know what's mind-boggling, guys? The one thing that's completely mind-boggling is this district of 799 pieces. What I'm showing you right now is a small portion of this district in the first place. But what's mind-boggling is 799 parcels is less than 1/100th of the complete size of Genesis City, which is about 90,000 parcel. So it's about, I don't know, maybe 130 conference centers about that can fit within Genesis City. So, I mean, like, this world is going to be absolutely monstrous, and the amount of work that's going to go into building it out, it's going to be a collective collaboration of work upon work upon work, daily progress that's going to, in 1 year's time, 2 years' time, have a completely flourished world that's customized by hundreds and hundreds of designers and developers, hopefully thousands. A world where people can join the tens of thousands and be really satisfied with what they see and what they can interact with on a daily basis. Remember, just because you're coming in here and checking it out on day one doesn't mean you'll do it again on day two. There has to be new content, people to go in, reasons to go in, events, all that kind of stuff. Anyway, let's move on to another area. I'm going to teleport myself because, walking around this place is just going to get me lost. So let's teleport to this, which is the Amphitheater, I think. And seems to be like a natural conference area. You can give a talk. These are some sample avatars, I guess. And you can give a talk. And there's a bit of play on some realistic work over here. You can see some of the grass effects, some of the... I think they're going for like a temple ancient theme. But they're kind of working with the poly limits that they have. It's good to see that you don't have to have that much poly, that much. These are quite restrictive in terms of the poly limitations, but they're still able to build a somewhat realistic looking scene. And we all know that the poly limits are going to be increased gradually in time as the world is fluid, but the world proves to work hassle-free and fluid-free. But anyway, let's teleport to another area. This is all the conference center, by the way. You see this open green space on the left? That is all the conference center. So all these little spots that I'm taking you to, these are all just little spots within the conference center district that I'm showing you. I do like this sun effect though, the mirrored sun effect that I seem to be getting off these little artistic monuments over here. It looks pretty cool. Again, shadows would take this to another level. Some sample avatars there. Again, all that green space is just openness that the district needs to develop, or people need to get together and develop. All right, this place looks pretty cool. I like the way it's built. It looks like a conference kind of, maybe a event area where people can perform on stage and you can view it either sitting inside here or sitting at the back. It looks pretty cool. Imagine all that green area being built out with like a stadium type of seating arrangement, or maybe some lights and some stuff. You know what would be really cool if the sun went up and down like in reality that it does in the real world, because that would kind of give us things to do at nighttime. That would give us things to do in daytime. Kind of split things up. Maybe some random stars appear in the sun. In the sky. Maybe you can see some, I don't know, birds and stuff flying around. But anyway, pretty big area. This is all the conference center, guys. All of this green space. This is all the conference center. So you know those buildings I showed you at the start? That's just a small portion of how big the conference center is. This just keeps on going, like literally keeps on going. Again, this is double the size of Genesis Plaza. Let's kind of see what else I can teleport you guys to. Here we have a bit of a forest area within the conference center that's been built out. There's a map that they have. I don't think I've got it open at the moment, but there's a map that they've got that shows that they have a bit of a forest type of area at the north side of the district where you can go in, and I think they're kind of building it out to a place where you can just go in and talk around some trees. What the hell? There is a bird in here. What does it do? All right, I clicked it, flew away from me. Cool. This looks like it's just been dragged and dropped from the builder, which I think works better at the moment. But it would be cool if there was like some deers and things walking around, some AI, some stuff like if you walk in there and a bear chases you or something. I don't know what people are expecting with Decentraland, because it really depends from whose perspective you want it to be. Like, do you want it to be a gaming center where this poly stuff works on you, this type of art style, this type of low poly art? Does this work on you, or do you like the realism within Decentraland? I personally just want this to be whatever people feel comfortable for it to be. You can't cater for everyone, but everyone can jump in and find something that they would like in it. Let's teleport to another place. I'm running a GTX 1070 graphics card, so it's not a crazy good laptop, but it's a pretty good laptop in terms of graphics. So it takes me about 20 seconds to load this. This is the little lotus type monument that they've built. Looks nice. I guess it's a place, if you want to hang out with someone, you can tell them to meet you in this lotus area and start from this point. You can just teleport to anywhere you want in Decentraland, by the way. So they've got that along with walking around. I don't know if you're walking too fast. What do you guys think about the walking speeds? Is it more like running or walking? Should they slow it down? Should they increase it? Again, this is all the conference center. Look at this open space. So much to be built. You know what I think caught them off guard, and I think this caught a lot of people within that are building out districts, or even people that are just building out private stuff, is that parcel sizes have increased from being 10 by 10 to 16 by 16. You're not going to think that's that big of an increase, but if you look at the square size that's increased, a 10 by 10 is 100 meters squared, right? A 16 by 16 is, I think that works out to be about 240 something square meters. So it's about 2.5 times the square size. So the actual area has increased by 2.5. So whatever conference center was during the 10 by 10 meter each parcel limit, it's multiplied by, it's doubled and a half, right? It's multiplied by 2.5 of the area that they've got now to fill out. So I think Decentraland has just, from that vote that passed to increase sizes from 10 by 10 to 16 by 16, Decentraland has increased by the size of 2.5 in terms of area. So there's a lot more work than I think anyone anticipated there to be. And I don't expect these districts to build it all out for us. I think what is going to work best is if we as a community and as developers and designers come in and they want to contribute to whatever districts that they want to contribute to, can contribute to them in any sort of way. And that's what's going to make Decentraland great. And I think developers and designers are going to have a lot of fun working with what they can do at the moment. And as the team builds out this SDK to have more they keep building out what Decentraland that can be built on Decentraland. It's just going to get cooler and cooler as again people start to build upon what they see, build better of what they see in Decentraland. Anyway, this is the conference center, and I can keep going and talking about it, but there's some cool stuff that we've already seen. There's a couple more buildings that I haven't seen, that I haven't gone through already. Let's actually visit this other last one, which I think there's more, but we'll just go through this one last building. All right, guys, let's keep moving to this other meeting point kind of conference-y area that we have. Again, kind of gives you an idea of how damn big the Decentraland Conference Center is. The district just houses all these areas. These are just some of the many buildings that can be here. I do like the realism in this area though, that the rendering that they've done outside the, like for the walls and stuff. Again, it doesn't really need to have that much limitations for you to be able to have that realistic effect. But I mean, the more they lift it, the better. And hopefully people can build out more and more realistic things as time goes by. But let's kind of give this thing an explore. Let's see what's in here. Looks like there's just a bunch of different rooms. I guess there's a place in here. It's just like an advertising spot, a place to meet up, just a random room. This looks like a... Alright, well, there's a dude over there. There's some buttons over here. Let's play this. Okay, he starts to talk. He's saying something, but I can't really hear it. I think because my laptop speakers are down. Okay. What does it say here? The future of virtual reality on the blockchain. Okay, well, it's a place for an AI to give a speech, or even you could walk around and give a speech. That would be cool if you could walk around and give a speech. Maybe even have like DCL talks, maybe some TED Talks thing going on, and people can come in and talk about different stuff. That'd be pretty cool. You have like a daily discussion on a particular topic. Maybe even charge people, or I guess at this time have it for free. A bunch of different images over there, chain breakers. I think I saw Somnium Space. That's pretty cool. Bit of advertising there for those gaming companies, all those projects. And then we are back out. I just walked through some walls and right back out again. But again, one small spot for all of the conference center. And we are back on the double roads. Anyway, guys, that gives you an idea of some of the builds within the conference center. Still a lot of open land and stuff to be built. We cannot expect them to do this alone. There's a lot of work to be done. There's no point them building stuff over here unless, you know, there is a need for it, or else people are just going to go in, and if they don't like it, they'll have to change it again. So it's good if it just opens up and people give feedback of what they would like built there, and they contribute to other stuff, and slowly it gets built out. But so far, that is Decentraland Conference Center and Museum District. Hope you guys liked it, and I'll see you guys in another video. Maybe I'll cover some other districts soon, and we'll see how we go in terms of seeing all the other districts we have to cover. Remember, there's still a lot of content yet to be deployed. So whether it's just this, and I know the hackathon is going to build a lot more custom scenes, so it's just going to be, this is just a start of me posting content. I'm going to continue to post as much content as I come across. Anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Keep sharing it, and I'll see you in another video.